The mighty Telecaster. Many people have said that it could be the only guitar that you own. In fact, I remember watching a Reverb video with Joe Bonamassa who talked about you could do everything with a Telecaster. And you know what? I kind of believe him. This guitar is so versatile and so fun. And yes, I'm biased because it's like my first love. I mean, it's really my favorite guitar of all time. I was talking with somebody the other day about Fender guitars and G&L and how this guy said that he didn't play a G&L that was better than any of the Fenders that he played. And I said, well, Leo Fender done messed up and made perfection first. This thing is just about as good as it gets. And I know there are various iterations of said guitar, but a standard Telecaster is so hard to beat in my mind. So there are loads of opinions out there on what is the best guitar, what is the best all-around guitar, what's your favorite guitar, and that's okay for people to have their opinions. We all know what opinions are like, and I have my personal favorite. This has got to be my favorite guitar, and I really love it with a rosewood board. Now, I am not a typical Telecaster player in that I do the chicken picking style effectively. I make attempts at it, but I'm not anywhere close to a chicken picker. And I honestly don't desire to be. I have fun doing what I do and sitting in the circles that I sit in. But this guitar is really a favorite amongst the Nashville scene and the chicken picking players. Not knocking anybody. I think it has a great sound for the style it's in. But I love a rosewood board on the Tele because it just gives a little warmth to the whole thing. And maybe you've watched that Rhett Scholl video where he compares the maple board to the roasted maple to the rosewood. He goes through every single one of them. Does a great job in the test. I'm not sure it's scientific in the truest form because I get a lot of opinions about that. People are saying you're not scientific. That's okay. I am so glad that music is not science. It's art. Isn't that wonderful? We don't have to have scientific explanations for anything. We can just express ourselves how we want to. That's the beauty of music. But I love a Telecaster. So today's coffee is by a brand named Alma. They're out of Georgia. My future sister-in-law came up a couple weeks ago to visit my brother, and she brought a bag for our family to enjoy, and so she sponsored today's video. So thank you, Karen, for sponsoring today's video with Alma Coffee. It's a pretty good cup of coffee, if I do say so myself. Apparently it's all roasted to order, and it's great. They do a great job. She's actually brought a few different roasts up, and I cannot remember for the life of me the names. These coffee brands have like their own names for different types of roasts, and I guess it's a great thing to have because when they're brand loyal, then people remember the names. But all good cups of coffee so far. So Alma Coffee, why don't you check them out? They're pretty good. So what are some things that make the Telecaster beautiful in my opinion? First things first for me, the neck shape. Telecasters historically have a little bit bulkier neck. Now, I'm not looking for an unrighteous, huge neck that just can't get my fingers around, but I do like a little bit of substance to it. And classic Teles have that chunky neck. And it's not too wide, but it's certainly deep enough. It's just comfortable all the way around. In fact, they're used as a description form. People talk about it's chunky like a Tele because people associate the chunky necks with the Tele. So first things first there. Love the Tele neck. I remember growing up seeing the Stratocaster headstock and thinking, wow, that's so cool. And then seeing the Telecaster headstock and originally thinking, well, that's really plain in comparison. But the older I get, the more I really dig plain things. So the Tele headstock, maybe it's because it's associated with the guitar that I already like. The Tele headstock is great in my opinion. Again, purely aesthetic point of view. Another thing that I love about the Telecaster, this guy right here. This neck pickup is my favorite sound of the Telecaster. I love the neck pickup, and it is really where I spend most of my time, because I don't play really loud venues to where I've really got to cut through the mix and just make my presence known. So just in the small things that I actually do, and especially in my personal time, that neck pickup is butter to me. I love it. Now the bridge pickup, there's something to be said about the bridge pickup because it's iconic in its sound, but I really love the neck and the middle position where I get both sounds together. It's an other level that I can use, or another avenue that I can use. But the bridge pickup, it just doesn't have much utility for me, which I know people are gonna roast me in the comments about. You mean you're a Tele guy and you don't like the bridge pickup? Yeah, I am. I'm a Tele guy who uses the neck pickup, okay? So what? Great sounding pickup. What I also love about a Telecaster, simplistic controls. Oh man, I love the fact that it has a 3-way switch, a volume, and a tone. It's foolproof. I love that I can't get lost on this guitar. There are some other guitars that I have. Of course, we're all familiar with the Les Paul style wiring, or the 335 style wiring, whatever, where you have independent volumes, independent tones of each pickup, and that's great. I think it's a wonderful option to have, but I find myself coming back to just the simplistic feel of this guitar, where I don't have to worry about one or the other, and I get. Can you get all the all the LP tones and the 335 tones with this? No, you can't get all of those tones, but you sure can get close to it. You'll find Teles everywhere. You'll find rock guitarists, jazz guitarists, country guitarists, blues guitarists. Teles are everywhere. So, sorry, Leo Fender, you messed up and put your best foot forward, and then kind of just tapped out. He's like Uncle Rico on Napoleon Dynamite. He just tapped out in high school. Not really. Hey, don't forget, we're giving away this guitar to one of our first 1,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. What's your favorite guitar and why? Why do you like the guitars that you like? Is it a design thing? Is it something aesthetic? Or is it something extremely functional? Or is it purely based on sound? Again, this guitar is based a little bit on all three for me, and that's okay. You can have a favorite. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Hey, listen, we're all trying to get better together, so until next time, you keep grinding away.